Ayo, my special co-host in Christ. How are you doing? Welcome. Welcome to the show. I think the show's called We Got Next. How you been, man? Where you been at?
Hang
Yeah,
on.
you
Hang on. I gotta make sure I'm doing this right. I forget how to do this sometimes. All
So
right.
we were joking before the show because I didn't have a co-host in so long that I forgot what it sounded like to hear another person when you talk.
Yeah. So your boy's tired. Your
Mhm.
boy's beat. Your boy's not defeated though.
No.
Never defeated. I might miss a couple rounds, but
Hmm.
I always come back. So um my wife's family reunion was last weekend, and
Mm.
we went down to the Hyatt in Cambridge, Maryland, which is like an hour and a half south of where I live. Over to the bridge, it's like Annapolis direction ish for those people who are familiar with the area. But they have this dope resort. It's the Hyatt Regency, something like that. It's massive.
Yeah.
Um, been there a handful of times. Bougie shit. Buddy's wedding was there. But it's good. Like it's a good spot for the kids, and all that kind of good stuff. So my wife's family reunion was down there. There was 33 of us, which is of them.
Damn.
And there's like 20 something women and like very little men and like
Hmm.
a bunch of kids, like under the age of 8. Bunch of kids.
Wow.
Like I don't know how many kids there are, but there's a lot of them. But like everyone, it's like we've done like the whole beach thing, and like we're never doing that again because that's just aggressive to have that many people in the same house.
Yeah. It
So
was all in
we
one house?
no, so this was at
Oh,
a hotel.
okay.
But we've done the beach where like we have everybody in the same house. So we've done that before, not doing that again.
Mm-mm.
That was super aggressive. So we did this, and it was good. Like there was no drama, there was nothing going on, which sometimes that happens with my wife's family because a lot of personalities.
Yeah.
And but they have a dope golf course there, and we got to play golf. Me, my brother-in-law BJ, and
Yeah.
then Brooks' uncle. We got to play, and that was dope. I shot an 88, which like I had the best. Yeah, I had the best. That was the best round I think I have probably ever played.
Damn.
Like legitimate round where like I didn't like lose a lot of balls. I didn't have a lot of mulligans, like any mulligans really. Um,
Hmm.
and I just had like two really shitty holes. Everything else was like great, like hitting bombs off the drive, hitting fucking nukes down the middle,
Damn.
and putter was on, all that kind of stuff. Anybody listening who like, I know you know golf, but you're not as like avid.
No.
Anybody who like is listening that like plays golf and that like understands how hard golf is, you understand how hard
Yeah.
golf is, but like you know that people who play consistently to put together that many good holes in a row, oh dude, like that was a euphoric feeling. I've never felt like I'm just hitting fucking bombs off the drive.
See?
Oh man, it was an unbelievably surreal feeling. So like, when I add up my score, um, I was using my phone and I shot 43 in the front nine, and I was adding up my score on the back end. I'm like, man, this is gonna be dope. Sure as shit, 88. And I was like, oh my god. And I still have the scorecard in my bag. I'm gonna keep that for a long time. But then we're going to Mexico in 2 weeks.
What
Your boy's out. Um,
the
for
heck?
your boy's out for a week, out of the country for a week. This is the
Out of
first
the
time I'm leaving the country too, by the way.
Yeah.
I've never been out of the country in my 31 years of life.
Wait, you
So
haven't?
yeah, how surprised are you surprised by that?
I thought you did.
Nope. If the most I've like almost out of the country I've been is Miami, which is like that's a different country too. But like
Wow.
never been out of the country. Which I've been telling people that, and they're like,
All the trips this man goes on.
and all the trips that I've been on in my life, out of all the trips I've been on in my life for
This man is a
football, family,
domesticated
whatever,
human.
never first time I ever got a passport. First,
The heck?
everybody's reaction is that like people were so surprised I've never left the country for any particular reason, but I never had the reason to, never had the opportunity to until now. So we're going to Mexico, us four, me, Brooke, and the kids, Morgan and BJ, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, and their son, and then my mother-in-law are going to this dope ass Nickelodeon resort in Riviera Maya, something like that. I mean, I did none of the planning. I just got to show
I
up and
just
do all
go.
that. But they have two golf courses that are like 20 minutes from the resort.
Yeah.
So we're gonna play some golf down there, and it's all inclusive. But I'm
Yeah,
gonna miss
them
out.
things are
I'm gonna miss out on that because your boy is
okay.
still not drinking. I mean, yo, Okay, so real quick, your boy is down 30 pounds since
That's
Christmas.
good.
Since Christmas, it just the
Wow.
just the no drinking diet's still like. Well, I'm not competing for Miss Olympia here. I'm just fucking doing it. But the drinking, man, I'm telling you, if people want to lose weight, drinking will solve all of that. Not
Mm-hmm.
like don't take that for word. Don't I don't mean all that, but like there's still other things you gotta do. But like
He even said
because
I
I'm
don't have
not
to drink.
yeah, like just stop drinking and like that's it. Like your boy's in the gym every day. I run
Mm-hmm.
2.5, 3 miles a day. Your boy's out there. Your boy's out there grinding. And
That's
unless I'm
dope.
like deathly ill, your boy's putting in work. So
Mm-hmm.
down 30 pounds. Um, you know, I don't know. I don't have a goal what I'm trying to get to, but your boy's like I'm pumped for myself.
Yeah.
So shout out to the boys. So yeah, been busy. Work is work, man. I can't even talk about that right now. You know how it goes. We have those stretches. But yeah, dude, boys been busy. I put a quick sentence out the other night. I'm gonna put on Twitter. I just sent it to the home. Did I send it to you yet?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't send that to many people. So I'll send that to you. I'll put on Twitter. I'm
Doing
doing
this
like
back.
yeah, I'm doing a series now of quick slants. So like just a
Mm-hmm.
quick overview. This one, next one's gonna be like previewing the schedule, the opponents, ranking the schedule, the opponents, going into offense and defense, all that kind of good stuff. So I'll send that to you and I'll tweet it out, and then we'll get going. But your boy's been busy, but we're back.
Yo, he's been busy. You know who else has been busy? I think
Who?
you're ready. You'll see in two
Uh,
seconds. So introducing the undisputed.
I swear to God, hand to God, I just watched this before we came on. I swear to God, and I sent the video to a buddy of mine who loves wilderness shit. I just sent this to someone. I just watched it. This is like, how is this? How is this possible?
Bro, it's running on water.
I mean, I'm assuming that where he's at, like where like the like. All
There's
right,
a boat that is there. So it's not
so
like it's 2 inches of water.
but you think it's like how many feet deep you think that is? Like
I,
it's
I
like
don't I
three. I mean, like how deep is it
no
be for a boat to be on? Like the boat's on there, but like how is that possible? Now, it looks like he's getting deeper as he's.
no.
So I'm guessing like he's like it's probably like a foot deep right there, maybe. And then as he's like coming over in front of the boat, which is going quick as shit, like
Yes,
and it's getting deeper right there. But like
bro.
nonetheless,
Like
like
you see wildebeest and zebras when they try to
yeah,
cross
look at
like
this
the
dude.
rivers.
Look at this animal. Look at this thing. That's like a baby.
Yeah,
Imagine
I
seeing like
don't
those those big daddies.
yo, like you don't even see. So that was the first one I wanted to show you guys.
Oh
Then the
boy.
second one, did you
This
see
shit.
this?
I saw this today too. Yeah. Fucking
Bro,
sharks just swimming around, dude.
no way.
Like, ain't no way, bro. There's a reason that I don't go out that far.
Dog. And you if people listen to it, they're legit like, there's a shark. Get out the water. There's a shark. And I'm like,
Aren't
what?
there like
It doesn't.
multiple? There's like multiple sharks out there. I mean,
Clearly we see this one right
I
here.
mean,
And I'm just
ain't
like,
ain't no
and
way.
that's a human. Did you see that all the way out there?
Yeah, I mean, they could. They're pretty
That's
fucked.
something right there. I don't know if that's a
Now,
human or
I ever since this whole
that's a
submarine thing,
human
dude.
head.
Yeah, he's just chilling. He has no idea what's going on. He's just chilling, bro. He's probably taking a piss.
I
He's gonna,
feel
yeah, that's why he's
that
gonna.
all these people here are like, I don't
Everyone's
know.
like standing in the water, like, "Hey, is that a shark out there? Like, should we?
Yes. The
Or is that a
moment someone
dolphin?"
says shark, I'm not second guessing it. It's
No,
just one of those of, all right,
bro.
we're gone. Like
I don't go past the waist.
you shouldn't.
I don't go past the waist in the ocean. Ain't no way.
Yes. Like we'll take the kids on a field trip in the summer. So we go to Ocean City. And those kids love like last year, we saw a shark come up on
Oh,
sea.
that's right. Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, and these kids want to be all up in the water. I'm like, no. First
No,
off,
sir.
the shark is over there having fun, and the comments are funny because they're over here talking about some that shark thought it had a buffet. Yo, it had its picking of anybody it really wanted to.
Mm, that's too bad.
So this is still our hot take. And the final one, and I personally, I was texting all my friends saying, yo, this is what I'm doing for like my 35th birthday or some random ass birthday, because I have not seen people do what I just saw in this video. And I was like, I'm not going to show you guys the whole video. We're just going to go through the watches. So the dude's going
Yeah.
to like go through the watches. But if you guys take the time, just type in like Michael Rubin's all white party. It's a thing that they always do. I'm in like the Hamptons, they let off the fireworks. First off, anybody who's anybody, was legit
Yeah.
like at that event. Because I saw like
Um,
soccer players, owners.
there was a couple bench players that were there, I think.
Were they talking about why is Grant Williams there?
Yeah, Grant Williams. Yeah. Yeah, Grant. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's a good
And then
call.
Grant Williams gets traded and then
Um,
signs a whole deal.
this dude, what's his name?
Uh,
Michael Rubin. He's the
yeah, Michael Rubin.
founder of
Fanatics.
Fanatics.
Yep.
And he's just got ties.
I know.
Like he's got ties, bro. I mean,
Yes.
Fanatics is a conglomerate, right? Like the number one apparel site in the country, in the world.
Yeah.
He's got it. And he's just having this dope ass party. Like, sign me up, bro.
And that's what I'm just like, hold up. So you're telling me y'all all are just chilling there. When you look at the different celebrities that are there, they have rappers at the thing performing. Like you got Travis Scott behind and everything.
You know who was not there that I was kind of surprised at? And I don't know what he was doing. LeBron.
Oh, LeBron had.
What was LBJ doing? I did see he was at a game. So I don't know if it was one of his son's games or not.
I did see that because I know Bryce has been like the big topic that they're talking about.
Obviously,
him. But they were saying this back in school, and Bronny and Bryce are both in high school. Bryce was the one people needed to pay attention to, not necessarily Bronny.
I told you that too. Your boy's been on this. Your boy's been on this, bro. Bryce James had a growth spurt that was like 6 inches, and now he's and he rocks the rec specs, so you know he's about to be.
He
fire.
does rock them. I know
he's gonna be fire, bro. I know he is. My man's gonna be number one pick in the draft soon.
So we're gonna try to do this in 2 minutes, and we're gonna give our comments on each watch. I also want you to end up saying if you would honestly rock it or not.
Smash or pass.
First off,
EB12.
Tom Brady is there. That's the first thing. And then that's Michael Rubin for those that don't know who Michael Rubin is. But we'll let him go.
Yeah, I'll rock it.
It seems normal, but it's 97,000.
What
the hell?
Whew.
I saw the gold.
I do want a gold watch, so I'd rock it, but 118 grand. Nah, that's too much. I think now as they went on, I watched the video, like I wanted less and less to wear these watches as they went on. Like less and less. Because there's just like I don't need like this is what I got.
Okay, I don't care about DJ Khaled's watch. Can we talk? Oh, you got it. So that's $100,000.
Like, yeah, like your boys got a Breitling. Like, shout out to the boys for Breitlings.
But the funny thing is, I don't care about the watch. First off, it's an all white. Can we talk about he's wearing these shoes like it's nothing? I'm not wearing some light blue shoes on the sand.
On the sand, bro.
On the sand. They're gonna get dirty that same.
Now, deadass, he's probably got like 6 pairs of those.
Hell yeah, just as like, hey yo, Nike, man. Pull up, give me another one.
Bro,
they're essentially mine.
Imagine
they look like the South Beaches that he'd probably be having anyways.
Oh man. Imagine pulling up to this party.
And then this one. $450,000.
Yo.
First off, I feel like Mbappe's watch might have been gifted to him because he can almost get anything he wants. But $65,000?
Yeesh, look at that thing.
Also, the other thing that I think is funny, I'm pretty sure that Beyonce's face they just covered.
Yeah.
They were like, the watch is more valuable right now. And so I think 7.6.
Jeez, dude.
But it's funny because all the rappers are the ones that are having like the Richard Mille watches.
350K.
240,000.
Oh my god, that doesn't.
I didn't even realize that was Kyle Kuzma. My man got his highlighter blue hair.
Kuz.
Well, with his new contract he just got from the Wizards, he could probably do whatever he wants to now.
Dumb money.
So
that's
$850,000. I didn't even know who she was, and I was like, "That's 50,000."
Dude, that's crazy. Straight
expensive.
For the July sale.
No. On sale. That was the
This is 4th of July sale, bro.
4th of July sale.
What? So it's probably like 600K. Bro, I could not justify spending
166,000.
But like 65 grand. I couldn't justify spending like
500,000.
OBJ, that's good.
Shout out the Ravens. 235,000. You gonna be like, hey yo, you know?
Oh, then he changed it. They didn't change a different one.
Yes, that's the thing people don't understand. My man had on one watch, said that's not enough for me. I need to switch to the other watch, and then this is what we're about to do tonight. 600,000,
That is insane, dude. I
and then
probably
you just look at all
go.
these.
I probably go that top right in the gold watch.
This one and this
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
So I like the regular ones. I guess I'm not a Richard Mille fan. Like this one, don't care for, don't care for, don't care for, don't care for. It would
They kind
really
of look
have to
like
be.
the like G Shocks that people used to wear
Yes,
back
they
in the
do.
day.
So you telling me they over here out here wearing G Shocks and they cost that
Yeah.
much,
You're wearing $500,000 G Shocks.
right? I could just get this from the store. Come on now. You can
Man.
almost lucky and get it, but that one, that shit looks big. This one and this one. I'd probably just go with one of the simplistic ones. I don't need all this. Half of them don't even, I learned from some people, they have the watches and it's not even the right time.
Bro, shit doesn't even, that's
It
fucking,
doesn't even work.
that's mine, dude. I don't think this watch
Yes,
hasn't worked. This watch hasn't worked in years. But like your boy
yes.
rocks it for the style, and that's about it.
That's exactly what it is. Because I remember one time, and I learned this because, so fun fact for everyone out there, some people, of course, you'll keep gifts from other people. And this one girl had on like this really nice watch. I was like, dang, like, what time is it? And she's like, I don't know. My ex gave this to me, and I just wear it. So y'all
Facts.
don't even be knowing the time.
Nope.
It's just for the style.
It's just there.
Yeah, so
It's
that's
just
what I
there.
wanted to bring it up over there. The other stuff, just really quick. So for anyone that's into NFTs, Ordinal Maxi Biz is continuing to run up. That's one of the biggest regrets that I have in my life because it's sitting at 0.5 Bitcoin, aka that's $15,000. We'll just say this every single time. I want to go into talking about stocks really quick. So GM General Motors, they actually saw sales in their second quarter increase by 18.8%. That's something a lot of people are talking about. Another thing is because last year they were getting a lot of shit for it was the tech sector. So like Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Captain, Mark Zuckerberg, and Meta, all of them have kind of been skyrocketing this year. And they realized that it's just going to continue. Last year, all these stocks were down. I know Nvidia since year to date, so since January 1st till now, they're sitting at over 180% on the year. Meta is over 100%. Microsoft has been doing well too. So start to focus in on figuring out one or two different tech stocks that you want to get in, but also looking at different ETFs. We talk about that a lot, and I just want to mention again to everybody out there about ETFs. We are still waiting to see if BlackRock and Fidelity Invesco and some of the other companies are going to get approved for the spot Bitcoin ETF. If y'all remember before, there was a company called ProShares that had the Bitcoin futures ETF, and like I was able to talk to ProShares a lot about what they're doing over there. But there's a big difference between a futures ETF and a spot ETF. Spot ETF is going to track the price currently of what Bitcoin is, and then the futures ETF is going to be like a prediction model of what they think the future price of Bitcoin is. It's much easier to get your futures ETFs approved. It's way tougher to get the spot ETF approved. Personally, I'm just going to be straight up with you. And like Fidelity, if you're listening to this, T. Rowe Price, if you're listening to this, the moment they approve a Bitcoin ETF and they say all retail investors or all 401ks or 403 A, B, C, D, E, F, Gs are able to take part in this, I will be putting damn near 75% into a Bitcoin ETF. I don't even care. Like I can promise you, y'all can stay with your stocks. I will stay with Bitcoin and we will be perfectly fine here in this world. And then when y'all are 65 and you have a million and you never know where I am in the world, that's how it's just going to end. Now, segueing over into sports and a topic that we wanted to talk about, the last week or the week before that is we're going to start with the NFC North.
There
And
we
so
go. There it is. We're back, boys. We're
we're
back.
back. And we're back with this one. And for anyone that doesn't know who's in the NFC North, we have the Packers without Aaron Rodgers. We have the Vikings with Justin Jefferson. We have the Detroit Lions, who, fun fact, I was really thinking about getting some Detroit Lions season tickets, and I had to remember who the Detroit Lions were.
Yeah.
And it's not really worth it still. And then the last team we have over there is the one,
The
the
Bears.
only, the Bears.
The Bears.
But what's funny about the Bears are you got Chase Claypool, and they don't even like Chase Claypool, but they spend like a pretty high draft pick on Chase Claypool. But so we'll start by breaking down the overall of the team. What are your thoughts in the division? Do you see someone that sticks out more than the rest of the teams?
Um, I mean, the Bears have a pretty solid offense if we're gonna just start with them.
Mhm.
I hate him, but Justin Fields is really good. I think he can do very similar things to what Jalen Hurts can do.
Hmm.
And given the the right offensive line, that's obviously first and foremost. But you look at their skill guys are, I mean, it's not like the worst thing in the world. Um,
No.
Foreman, you got Travis Homer, came over from, I believe, Seattle. You mentioned Chase Claypool. They have DJ Moore. That was a big pickup for them
Yeah,
as well.
that's a big one.
Dante Pettis. So is it the best? No, but they have a good core, and Justin Fields, like I said, is super dope. So I mean, that's good. I don't think they'll like have an awesome season, but I think they'll be better than people think.
Hmm.
Um, Moving on to, let's go to the Lions. They have a really interesting quarterback room.
I know.
Goff, Hendon Hooker out of Tennessee coming off the torn ACL. Adrian Martinez, former Nebraska great, and then Nate Sudfeld from India. Wow,
Hmm.
some good names. Jahmyr Gibbs, running back from Alabama, they picked up in the draft.
They think he's going to be a stud.
Yes, I think so too. David Montgomery, they still have Mo Ibrahim, another running back from the Big Ten, from Minnesota. Um, he was really good. Got hurt 1 year, so he has some injuries, but I think he's still really good. Biggest thing for them, defense.
Yeah.
They gave up a shit ton of points last year, a boatload. Your video is not great right now, by the way. Your
Don't
video
worry.
quality. Okay, I'm
It's going to
not.
fix itself.
Yeah, it always does. Aiden Hutchinson is a boss, so they got some good pieces, but the defense, they just got to get stops. I mean
Hmm.
that's everybody, I guess. But again, same thing as the Bears. I think they'll have a good season because they have some good talent, but I'm not gonna put my money on them. Packers, they got the boy Sean Clifford out of Penn State. Shout out to the homies.
Shout out.
Jordan Love is probably gonna be the guy, but you know, I will see. They got AJ Dillon, Aaron Jones, and that's about it. So the Packers
Hey,
are,
they got Christian Watson.
they have Christian Watson. Yes, they have Jaden Reed, rookie from Michigan State, who I know very well.
Yeah.
He's good. Again, they don't have much, so we'll see how that goes. They still got David Bakhtiari. He's been battling injuries a bunch of times, so we'll see how that goes.
Who
Uh,
was their tight end last year that Aaron Rodgers loved throwing it to?
um, Tyler Davis, no.
No, I'll think of it. You can keep going. Robert Tunyon.
Tunyon, yeah.
Yeah, he's not even on the roster.
Um, and
Trying to.
then the defense is, again, another um question mark, I guess. Let's see who's it. Who are the back end
Oh,
of their
he
defense?
on the Bears.
They got rid of, yeah, okay. They got rid of Adrian Amos. He signed, I forget where he signed at, but he was with them for a hot second. Jerry Alexander's still there. Quay Walker, Preston Smith.
Amos is on the
Um,
Jets.
oh, that's right. That's right. So in a 1 year deal, I think it was. So the Packers, I nope, not gonna jump on that ship unless the boy Sean Clifford takes over. So we'll see. Um,
Oh,
I
like
guess
Hackenberg.
I think hey, shout out to Christian Hackenberg.
Shout out.
Actually, real quick. I want to put a plug out for Adam Brenneman, former Penn State tight end. He's a PA guy. He had battle injuries throughout his entire college career, ended up at UMass. He has a podcast called Next Up with Adam Brenneman, I believe it's called. And he does coaches, players, I believe it is. Yeah, Next Up with Adam Brenneman. And he just did the one with James Franklin, Penn State head coach. So I want to give a shout out to Adam Brenneman for
Shout out.
having a dope podcast and being one of the better media guys out there. So shout out to Adam Brenneman and shout out to Christian Hackenberg.
Shout
Um,
out.
Vikings, I think by default are going to be the best team. Now they are really good. Obviously, they have potentially, one of the best receivers in the league. In Justin
Yeah.
Jefferson, he put up insane numbers last year. Kirk Cousins, I don't know how much I trust him. Is the thing still?
He's still making
For
that
some
money.
reason, they didn't want to pay Dalvin Cook. I don't know why. Huge mistake. Um, so, and they got outside of Justin Jefferson, they got Jalen Reagor, sure.
Hell no. I
TJ
do not
TJ
trust him.
TJ Hawkinson at tight end. Um, yeah. So Jordan Addison, rookie from USC, former Pitt player.
Yes, that's
So again, just throw the ball at Justin Jefferson every time. I think we'll be all right. But if I had to pick, I'm probably gonna go with the Vikings. I think the Vikings win it. I think the Lions finish second. I think the Bears finish third. I think the Packers finish last. But I think all those teams have like 5 wins at least because I think they're still going to be solid and good organizations. So I'll say Vikings, Lions, Bears, Packers. Boom.
So kind of just breaking everything down. I'll start with the Bears and kind of have some questions, so it'll kind of turn into a conversation. The first one is the Bears. Because right now, when you look at the depth chart for the running back position, they actually have Deontay Foreman as the starter.
Yeah, I think I said Freeman. I meant Foreman.
Sorry, yeah, Deontay Foreman as the starter, and then you have Khalil Herbert, who everyone was loving last year, as the second stringer, the backup. I personally think that Khalil Herbert somehow, some way is going to win it because they kind of got rid of David Montgomery for Khalil Herbert, not for Deontay Foreman. What you said about Justin Fields is fully accurate. I really think if they continue to put more pieces around him, Fields can be really nice.
Yeah, he can be. He can be,
Selfishly, fantasy football wise, but for everyone in the world,
he can
absolutely.
do he can do
Field
what
hurts.
what Jalen Hurts is doing.
Yeah. Then you have Moore, and if they can do something with Claypool, they will be fine. Mooney's kind of just there. I assume he'll just be their slot person, if anything. Or are you putting Claypool in the slot? I don't know. Cole Kmet, that's the crazy part because first off, last year they were hyping the hell out of Cole Kmet, saying he's going to be a legit tight end, and nobody heard from that man half the time. Then you put Cole Kmet and Robert Tunyon. Who the hell is ever going to get the ball? You don't pass it at one. Kind of, I guess defense, they're kind of just staying afloat. Like you're really not necessarily looking for them to do too much. They look like the team that's going to have to outscore teams, not like back in the day, the Bears, where it would be, all right, defense is about to win us ball games and stuff. So I don't know how. I think that the Bears should be solid. They'll be fun at times to watch, but I'm never going to a game in the cold. I don't like them that much to watch a game.
No.
Swinging over to the Vikings, I don't ever trust Kirk Cousins. I will never trust him. They say he just doesn't show up in prime time.
It doesn't. It's not. It's not. Yeah. No. It's accurate.
Doesn't happen. Another thing, it was a huge thing that they let go of Dalvin Cook, but it's wild because if you look at the running backs that are out there right now, when you have Zeke and then you have Dalvin Cook, these are running backs that we legit saw. We were out of school for half of them and saw them get drafted, and now they don't have a team. And that's just what sucks because we're looking for, and I was watching somebody talk about this, they're not looking for like those type of running backs anymore. They want all the Christian McCaffrey type running backs. You want Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey,
First
and then
of
you're
all,
going to get paid like that.
have you seen Saquon Barkley's workout videos lately?
No.
A man is squatting 550 like it's 225.
What?
And he was pushing the sled. I don't know how much weight it was with Debo Samuel and just outworking him. Just a dog. I mean, he's got the biggest legs in the world, but just a dog. I hope they figure out his contract deal because
he doesn't really want to play. A lot of them don't like to play on those franchise tags and stuff because they screw you over once you get injured because it's like up, Only one that's lucked out with it and made the bag was Kirk Cousins. Like he did something else with that. That man said, I'll just keep playing on these franchise tags. I'm gonna rack up the money.
Yeah, bro. I mean, shit. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, then Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. I like them both. I don't know. A lot of times they'll hype up these different players in college that were great wide receivers. And Jordan Addison, he really needs to come through because that's a good 1-2 tandem. TJ Hawkinson, he's good. I don't really care for the defense on the Vikings. They've kind of had the same players since I was younger at this point, because you've had Harrison Smith in that backfield for the longest time ever. Jordan Hicks, my man, was on the Eagles at one point, but that's kind of really how their defense is going over to the Lions. For starters, I'll never understand that the Lions are halfway decent. But the only thing is their Achilles heel is themselves. The damn players want to go bet in your own facility. So you ain't
I can't. No, we can't talk about that. Not doing
So
that.
you're never
Not
going to
doing
get
that.
anywhere.
Not
But
doing that.
I'm really believing in Jahmyr Gibbs. A lot of people are talking about him. I think that Jahmyr Gibbs can be good if Jameson Williams can come back and not be injured. They have one of like the top 10 wide receiving groups. Having Amon St. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, and then on top of that, having Marvin Jones is like your bet. I think that's solid. Another one is their defense isn't bad. I don't know, like these defenses aren't outstanding. First off, the Lions defense sucked. They have
Sorry,
sucked for a while.
real quick. Speaking of defenses, not to keep cutting you off, but Lions had the worst defense in the league last year in terms of yards per game allowed. They allowed 392 yards a game, which is like crazy because like that's that's solid. Like that's really solid. But like you had the best defense in the league was the Niners, and your Eagles giving up 300 yards a game, which is also pretty staggering.
Bro, that's insane.
The
The
Bears were giving
Eagles
up.
defense sucks.
It does now, yeah. They're gonna be fucked. The Bears were giving up 375 a game. The Packers were giving up 336. They were middle of the pack. And then where is Minnesota? Oh, missed this one. Yeah, so the bottom four teams, three of them were for the NFC North. It was the Bears, the Texans, the Vikings. Even though the Vikings had a dope offense, they gave up a shit ton of points and yards. And then the Lions were the worst defense in the league. They gave up over 6,600 yards of offense.
What?
That's a lot. But yeah, the offense, like terrible defenses.
My other thing is the Packers aren't going to be good, and I guess they're accepting that they're not going to be good because you're really like, yep, we're just going to believe in Jordan Love right now, and then your running backs, they're both good, but if I was the Packers running backs, I would have said, let me get out too. Why are y'all gonna? I'm not taking hits in the cold. You're just taking like unnecessary hits in the cold. Only one that's happy about this probably is Romeo Dobbs because Romeo Dobbs does not have to deal with Aaron Rodgers yelling at him every 5 seconds anymore. Other than that, this rest of the team, if I was, I don't know, half the people on defense, I would be out of there. Jair Alexander, I don't know why you're there. You're just gonna get, this defense is gonna be on the field all the goddamn time. In the cold,
yeah. All the time, bro.
all the time. Like y'all thought Rasul Douglas was good. You're gonna learn how good or bad this cornerback secondary is in the cold when Aaron Rodgers is not there in the clutch to keep you guys afloat. So you're like, all right, Jordan, look, make sure you're not on the field too long. Make sure you're on the field a long time, so we don't gotta be on the field. It gets cold in the NFC North.
Quickly, too.
Quickly, yeah.
Bro.
And the wildest part is, them fans like to be out there. So
yeah.
But that's my only thoughts on that. If I had to rank how it would go, it's not that hard. It has to be the Vikings. Like if the Vikings aren't there, the whole division's screwed. My surprise, I could see two NFC North teams potentially making it in the playoffs if the NFC East does some stupid shit. I know the South is not doing it. The South barely is going to get one team at this point. The NFC West, you have your one. I don't think the Seattle Seahawks are going to do what they did like they did last year. They will be good, but I don't really know. Cardinals are some poop, and the Rams. So it's really just, yeah. Then you just have like the East and the North. That's really how it's going to be. It depends if the Commanders want to play right or if the Bears and Lions want to do their thing. But that's all I wanted to talk about there. The real topic I want to talk about, because I have never seen money like this, and I had to end up tweeting at We Got Next, is our Only in Sports segments for sports. Because how the hell are these players make over 200 million? And then when they compare it to, we're talking about the NBA. And the first one I want to talk about is Desmond Bane, because they're saying this man is making 200 plus million fully guaranteed compared to what these NFL players are making in their guaranteed money, 200 million. So you had LaMelo Ball get that, Tyrese Halliburton get that, you had Desmond Bane get that, Anthony Edwards got that. And the funniest part about Anthony Edwards, when he said this, he was in the bed laying with a dog and a female and said, y'all better not come after me anymore. And then he put the camera on her. She was like, why are you playing? And the funny part is he's not playing at all. Like he's being dead ass serious, and you want to believe it.
So I did see that Mo Bamba just signed with the 1-year deal with, I think.
Shit. Look, I told y'all want to keep sleeping on Mo Bamba.
Sixers. What do you do with the Sixers?
Mo Bamba did.
Let's see. Let's look at some of these. Fucking Jeremy Grant got 5 years.
Not deserved. I'm
What?
sorry.
Why?
No.
$160 million. Okay. Pause. Van Vliet got 3 years, 128, bro.
For Houston.
Kyrie, 3 for 126. Cam Johnson got 4 years,
Nope.
$108 million.
Nope. So you're telling me I just got to go to a suck team and I'll get the money?
Kuzma, 4 years.
He got a bag.
$102 million. Chris Middleton opted out and got 3 years, $102 million.
No.
$34 million a year.
Yes. He wanted
Draymond,
the guarantee.
Yes. Draymond, 4 years, 100 mil. Jacob Paulette, who the fuck is that? I don't know who he is.
That's not the Raptors guy.
Podol, Poeltl.
Jakob Podol.
He got 4 years, $80 million for what?
Money.
Max Strus, 4 years, 63. Dylan Brooks, 4 years, $80 million.
They were trying to play him, saying that he's about to be playing in China and Japan.
Fucking Herb Jones. Herb Jones got 4 years, 56. The only person that I've looked at that I've read so far that I think has earned it, Van Vliet, paying his dues. And the next thing I'm about to mention is Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves was arguably the Lakers' third best player at like any point last year. Yeah. And by the way, Lakers are making a lot of moves this year, which I don't know what they're going to do, but like, they're making some good moves. 4 years, $56 million. Gonna be making $14 million a year. Austin Reeves is. So shout out to him. Rui Hachimura.
Where did they get this money from?
Rui Hachimura played lights out as well sometimes. 3 years, 51. Damn. The Knicks have signed the entire national
Villanova team. They really did.
One more signing, they could get Jay Wright out of retirement. Bruce Brown, for 2 years, $45 million, bro. What the hell? Man
got his money.
D'Angelo Russell, 2 years, $37 million. Schroeder, 2 years, $25 million. Bro, it's insane. Miles Bridges, you ain't signing anywhere, my guy. So did you see that I think it was like NBA Central Twitter or something like that, retweeted an Instagram post that he put out on his Instagram account talking about like he's a free agent, whatever, like ready to come back. Oh, I don't know if I forget what it is. But then like they retweeted it and says like Miles Bridges like looks like he's ready to go, whatever. And like he quoted the tweet and said, "Oh, slow work day, huh?" Bro, you put that on Instagram. Dog. You have all that history.
I forgot about him for a second.
Right? Westbrook, 2 years, $7 million. Kevin Love, shout out, still in the league. 2 years, $7 million. D Rose going to Memphis. 2 years, $6 million.
Yeah, they still getting money only in sports.
Cam Reddish, 2 years, $4 million with the Lakers. Like just let's see who else. Who's the lowest one on here? The lowest one on here is Orlando Robinson, signing with the Heat again for $1.8 million. 1 year, $1.8 million. Exactly. Robin Lopez going to the Bucks to be with his big bro.
Yeah.
1 year,
making less than you.
Lonnie Walker
he got paid.
Was whatever last year with the Lakers, fell off, going to the Nets. 2 years, $2.3 million. Malik Beasley, $2.7 million with the Bucks. Bro, sign me up, bro. Sign me up.
Yo.
I know what the tax situation is. I know how much how much of that contract they're not going to get. I understand that, but still, sign me up. You're going to be making high 6, if not low 7 figures. What are you complaining about? You're going to be like the 6th guy, 7th guy off the bench, maybe, even if that, maybe like the 8th or 9th.
Yes, and you're getting that only in sports. So you're telling me I could be the 6th best person at my position or role, and I'm gonna make over $1 million, and I don't even have to do nothing.
Bro, most companies don't have 2 people for one position. They have one. And I still don't get paid shit.
No.
So like you're telling me the 7th or 8th best player on the team gets over $2 million. And again, they're probably gonna be taking home high 9, like low mills.
You know how good of a life you're still living?
Bro. And they get endorsed, they probably get some endorsements on the side. They get the bonuses, they get incentives, they get all that shit, and they get so much up front probably. It's just like, man, sign me up, dude. Sign me up. You tell me I get to go play basketball, travel the country and potentially the world, and work out every day. Sure, city to city doesn't sound like a great life, but bro, to go hoop,
To go
yes.
who?
And I'm like the seventh guy off the bench. Chance of me getting hurt are not likely,
Nope.
unless I do
Nope.
some dumb shit in the off season. Yeah,
Hmm.
sign me up, bro. Sign me up.
Yeah.
Ah, man,
That's none of that makes any sense
what
at
a life,
all.
bro. What a life. I'm heated
So
now.
yeah, clearly the other part I want to talk about with sports, and then we can end up swinging this over into what you got. What are your thoughts on the layoffs that have happened?
At ESPN. Ah, dude,
Yeah.
I'm
So Bob
bummed.
Iger, he went to town. My man said just Xing off everybody. And then
Um,
Stephen A. Smith does piss me off a little bit because my man's saying,
facts.
"Oh, anybody, I might get cut. If you get cut, all of ESPN must be gone because they're paying you far too much money." And then they're kind of saying like Kendrick Perkins might go into Jalen Rose's spot. First off, where are these people gonna go that got laid off? Like, where's Rose going? Where's Colbert going? Where's
I would imagine that they'll be picked up pretty quick. I would be hard to believe. Fox Sports is always probably looking for someone. Like
seconds?
yeah. So here's a list of names, and these are big names.
Yes.
Van Gundy, Jeff Van Gundy, which is like
You think he'll
that.
go to TNT?
Um,
Be with his brother?
I could see him either doing that or trying to get back into coaching, maybe.
Oh yeah.
So that was surprising. Jalen Rose gone, Keyshawn Johnson gone, Max Kellerman deuces, bro.
Okay,
Uh,
so funny thing before you keep going, because I was joking with my mom. So in the mornings I'll be in the gym and on I would always watch Max Kellerman, Keyshawn Johnson, and then Jay Williams. And I watched it that morning. I was like, huh, who are these two random people?
yeah,
And then they were like, oh, they gone.
deuces.
They knew it.
They gone.
They gone.
Matt Hasselbeck gone. Steve Young gone. Neil Everett. That's gonna be my what you got at the end.
Yeah.
Todd McShay, LaFonso Ellis. Todd McShay taught
Todd
me everything
McShay.
I need to know about scouting back in the day. Taught me everything I need to know. So shout out to Todd McShay. LaFonso Ellis, Jason Fitz. He did a lot of stuff on ESPN radio. And this is the big bummer. And you kind of saw this one as last year went on with Pat McAfee joining College Game Day a bunch. David Pollock gone. Shout out
Mm,
to David Pollock, though. One of
shout out.
the best college football players of all time.
Hmm.
Three-time All-American, bunch of awards, fucking dog at West Virginia, not West Virginia, at Georgia. Like broke his neck, I think, like 2 seasons into his NFL career. But he was a dog at Georgia for the dogs. But shout out to all those people that just got laid off. But shout out to the ones who didn't.
Bro,
Because
that's the
y'all
crazy
still
part.
there.
Yo, they still there. I know. And they were joking around. Who was it? So it was the NBA countdown. Oh shit, here we go again.
Oh no, why you're trying to deal with this? I saw someone say, how the hell did Kendrick Perkins survive that round of layoffs?
Yo, I honestly will never understand. So we're going with the 1990s look. So I'll
Oh,
never
jeez, guy. How
so
is this
I'll
possible
never,
in 2023?
you know, I that's a good ass question.
Jeez.
Um, but the crazy part about this is the people that got laid off, I'm just like, damn, like half of them are the ones that we ended up growing up on or seeing. 15
Mhm.
to 16 years, like y'all were there
Yeah.
and they're gone.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm like, shit. And then on top of that, we end up seeing Kendrick Perkins, who they make fun of all the
All the
time.
time.
And
Dude,
Kendrick Perkins, like, nah,
they
man,
dog his ass every day.
I still got my job.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does.
he still has his job.
Oh man.
So that's another one, like looking at what Kendrick Perkins is still being there. Um, I think the other crazy part is Shannon Sharp. They're thinking, how can they end up plugging Shannon Sharp in? But what sucks is, and you start to see this, and you see this in all sports. You sign these top tier talents to these big contracts, and it just messes up everything else. Because if you're trying to keep Pat McAfee, you're trying to get these deals for like the NBA Finals or like Super Bowl, things of that nature, then you end up getting Stephen A. Smith for so much money. You don't have enough money to pay everybody else. So you're going to look for younger talent so that you don't necessarily have to pay as much on the back end of stuff, too. So that's kind of everything I have there. And the wild part is Stephen A. Smith was like, it's not over. Like they're still going to do other layoffs, which I believe. But the
Shea
fact that,
bothers me so much.
so only in sports, two things with this. Only in sports is the fact that everybody in the world don't know if I get fired. Like they're not going to put
No,
it.
no, no. Like even I might not know. You might not even tell
Exactly.
me. Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, unless you say, "Hey, yo, Steven, I'm just gonna let you know, like, I got let go."
Yeah.
No,
No.
I promise you, Shams will tell you, anybody
Yep.
online will tell you, front office sports will tell you. They'll all end up telling you, "Yo, they're gone." So that was kind of the way that situation was. I want to go into the topic, so I'm gonna let you go first with what you got. You're gonna love mine, but what you got?
Big shout. I said his name already. Neil Everett,
Shout out.
sports center anchor, just left ESPN. He wasn't in the layoffs, but he resigned or retired, whatever. I guess I don't know how to put it. Left ESPN after 23 years.
23.
Yeah, and he was one of those. He was like the last of like our generation sports center anchors that
Mm-hmm.
was around for a minute. He always did the late night sports centers with Stan Verrett, still does them too. Big West Coast guy. But the last and I know you watched Sports Center back in the day as much as I did at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
Um, and then on into the morning. But that was like Sports Center sucks now, by the way. It's not funny.
it's no,
I
it's
haven't
not
I
the
haven't watched
same.
Sports Center in months. But like it's
Yeah.
not the same as it was back in the day when like you knew every single person that was gonna come on all the
Mm-hmm.
time on Sports Center. Not like NFL Live and stuff like that, but Sports Center. You knew everyone that was coming on. You knew all their catchphrases. Now it's like I don't know who anybody is unless it's like the late night stuff, which is usually bigger names.
Yeah.
But then we watch it like wake up in the morning and it'd be like the same. They'd run the same one, so you could just keep getting the replay of it. But that was dope. Like that was dope. That was like how at least I got into like wanting to do like the broadcast journalism stuff and like how I kind of started liking that. But shout out to Neil Everett, man.
Mm-hmm.
One of at least one of my favorite guys from ESPN from Sports Center from
Hey,
back in the
Jay
day.
Harris still there though.
Jay Harris is
He's still signed.
yeah. So shout out to the homies at ESPN.
Shout out.
And I'm sure a lot of those people will find new jobs or just like go do podcasting, I guess. Like
That
what else
seems
are they
like the
gonna
new
do?
thing that everybody can just do. Like, just throw out a
Yeah, just
podcast.
go buy a microphone and start doing podcasting.
Yeah,
And they'll probably get paid for it eventually, only in sports.
only
Um,
in sports. I'm
only in
telling you.
sports. So yeah, shout out to all those people who got laid off, but again, shout out to the people who didn't.
Shout out. So it's wild because you're not going to believe mine. I have two, and I wanted to do this last week, but it shit happens in life, so we
It
couldn't
does,
do
it
it.
does, it does, it
But
does.
I was looking up random different classes that were in college football, and they talked about the fascinating legacy of a certain school, the class of 2018 recruiting class. I did not know the names at this said school had different players such as Micah Parsons, Pat Fryermuth, Jahan Dotson, Jesse Lakita,
Mm-hmm.
Rasheed Walker,
Mm-hmm.
Juice Scruggs,
Yep.
and that was also Will Levis was in that one,
Yep.
Zach Kuntz, Justin Shorter, Judge Culpepper, and Ricky Slade was in that one too.
The homie Ricky Slade. Yo. Oh, you can't just you gotta be you gotta know that one, bro. It's Coons, but yes. That also had Justin Shorter, 5-star wide receiver, and would have had, I believe, we would have had Justin Fields because he committed to Penn State and then decommitted and then committed to Georgia and then ended up at Ohio State. But you gotta be careful, bro.
I know. Exactly. It was honestly, I actually listened to all these things before and I said, all right, let's see how he ends up acting when I say it. Isaiah, that's actually, you know how when you're a kid and your mom will end up cussing, and then sometimes they'll say, "Oh no, I'm not cussing, like such and such said it." So
Yes.
I'm like, "Oh, that's my only time I can end up saying it that way instead of Coons," because I can end up being like, "Oh, I don't actually know it." Um, and then
These
some of the
guys.
last contributors, so Bryce Effner and then Mr. Charlie. But my other one of what you got, and some people understand what he's been doing, others don't. Ellie De La Cruz. So we've been talking about Shohei Ohtani a lot, but Ellie De La Cruz has been having a year. He just hit a bomb like 440 feet tonight against the Nationals. Like some of these players are insane. Like the talent
Bro,
that we end up seeing.
yes, he's nuts. Well,
His first at bat was a home run.
Yeah, yeah. And then bro, have you ever seen him beat out a grounder to first?
It's he's quick.
Crazy. He's the Pirates have a guy right now. He's hurt, but I mean, obviously. His name is O'Neal Cruz, shortstop, like 6'7", 200 whatever pounds. But same thing, hits the ball like 700 miles an hour and get the first with like 3 steps. It's crazy what these kids are doing. Now, I will stand by that Shohei Ohtani is the best athlete on the planet right now, even though he got
Easy.
worked the other night on the mound.
Yo, he
But he's
did.
on pace for I think 60 home runs and
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of RBIs. He's batting 300. He's 7-4, I think, right now. His ERA is probably like 3.5, whatever. But like, still, and he's striking out like 8 to 10 batters a game. It's
Yes.
crazy what he's doing. And the stretch he just had in July, I think he had
Unheard of.
15 home runs. And I think from the beginning of June, or I mean, no, the month of June, sorry. I think like from the beginning of June until a certain point when I checked it last, he was batting like 383. Like that was when he had like 12, 13 home runs, but a bunch of RBIs. And I looked up when he was at I think like 27 home runs. I looked at what Bond's pace was. He was at like 23 home runs and like 62 RBIs, something like that. Bonds was at like 37 home runs and like 75 RBIs. It's like when he had the 73 home run season. But what Otani's doing is nuts. But what De La Cruz is doing is also nuts because he's a giant human being.
Mm-hmm.
He's like 6'6", isn't he? He
Yes, my man.
runs like a deer.
Yes,
Shout
I
out.
know.
I hate the
Shout
Reds
out.
though. I hate the
So
Reds.
it's weird because the Reds, so some of the teams, and we mentioned this at times, like with the Pirates when they had their little stretch, some of these teams are
Stretch.
good. Like the ones that were not good last year, it just took one or two players. First off, Ellie De La Cruz is 6'5", which is not no small human being.
He's
And
22, I believe, too.
my man is 21.
21, bro.
Yes. So he's switch hitter, which is crazy in baseball.
Really? Whoa.
Bats both, throws right.
That's nuts. That's
Yeah.
it. What's he easy? What position do you play?
Shortstop.
Yeah.
So, but that's honestly all I have. So to everyone out there that pays attention to my sports betting, we need Correa from the Twins to end up getting a hit today. And last but not least, we definitely have to shout out to the
Shout out.
Roaring Tiger Golf Club for them giving us these shirts for the show. So I will definitely be, since I have two, this is like back in the day when you only got one jersey for your sports team. So you just watch and you kept wearing it. So I'm gonna just keep wearing it a bunch of times. But
If
yeah, so I
they
have the front and then they have the back.
they needed to come out with a polo for playing some golf, and
Yeah.
I'd rock it.
So what's crazy is they're coming out with that. I was talking to him
Thanks.
today and then like yesterday, and he said that they're gonna do it. And what we've been doing, like he sent it to us, so I ended up buying like two of the NFTs because I hate just like getting free stuff from people and then not like doing something like small. Granted, yes, do I get a good amount of free stuff? Yeah. But with something like this, I didn't even at first reach out. So it was one of the homies, Sonny, that was
Okay.
like talking about it. Then I saw the Tiger like in the golf club. I was like, yo, I think it's dope. And then I got some, and then I said, but the real homie is the one that plays golf on the other side of the screen. And so then we were like, yeah, for sure. We had to end up getting one. So like, just let me know. We'll send it out. So we
Thanks, bro.
did,
Sign me up.
enough time. And then I'll still continue to, of course, we're going to talk about them all the time. But until next time, we out.
Peace.